Welcome to the Vexxed Uncensored podcast, hosted by me, Saint, and Mo Vader. You'll be listening to us dive into taboo topics, celebrity news, discussing what's got us so vexed this week. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts. Now let's get into the show.
Vexxed Uncensored presents Saint Remastered. The album features 11 Dolby restored tracks, written from 2011 to 2021 by Saint. It boasts an R&B pop sound with multi-octave vocals. Listen everywhere now.
Good morning, people.
Guten Morgen.
Yes.
Bienvenidos aquí.
Well, wait,
Vexxed
is it?
Uncensored.
Is it? Yeah, it's still the morning. It's
For
almost
us,
12.
for us it is.
Yeah. We are back for another episode. This is 12, I think. Season 3. Yeah.
Season 3, episode 12. Going
Yeah.
out strong.
I know. I'm trying to think of what we spoke about last week, but I don't actually remember any of it. The live show.
There was two. There was two in that week.
That's how I get sometimes when we record twice a week. It's like get a bit blurry.
I remember Orlando Bloom.
Oh yeah, unforgettable.
Yeah. Apparently he doubled down on that and has kind of retracted his statement.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't think he would, I thought he was just gonna keep trolling that.
well, it's been a while, innit? Because he needs his time in the spotlight.
Yeah.
We all need it.
So I think they're bringing them on back to That's a Raven. You know, the mum went missing from time ago. Like she was just missing.
Didn't she go to be a chef in the White House? Or was that the dad?
That was the dad. I think the mum went to be a lawyer in London at some point and just never came back. And they just kept talking about her. She never came back.
Left to chase her dreams.
Yeah. And now it's season 5 of this spin-off and they're bringing her back. So I think like his name's been brought up because it's like, oh, well, Eddie's not coming back. We know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that little quip.
Eduardo.
But let's jump in.
I should probably stop doing that, you know.
I know, me too.
Bastardizing people's languages. It's
Butchering it.
unacceptable. Okay. I've got he sells masters for $300 million.
Yeah, 300 fucking million. That's pretty decent of a deal.
Is
Not
that
gonna lie.
all of Ashanti and Ja Rule's music?
I think it is, I think it's all of Murder Inc. and then probably whatever is written and produced.
Right. Okay.
So they bought that and then they'll earn all the royalties from that one.
Is it?
Yeah. So Irv must have been living like really well.
I think that. Okay, I can't say that I've got major insight in it.
Yeah.
But the racketeering
Yeah.
and the tax bills, I think, had in most instances with tax and debt, had it been paid at the time, or calculated correctly at the time, then
had it.
Yeah, because you don't get a tax bill if that's not.
Yeah, I mean, if you've evaded
earnings.
that much, you've got that much somewhere, or you had that much at one point.
Yeah, got the bag, splashed the bag, maybe thought, okay, I'm gonna put aside, or there was genuinely stealing from the accountants, and the accountants weren't putting the money aside and weren't paying it off for the right things.
I think they were all dodgy. I think all of them,
Of course.
top to bottom, was like in on it.
Of course. Everyone's making their cutbacks too.
Yeah, where better to put drug money than a music video? Just make a music video, spend like 15 grand on a music video, easy. That'll pay for the lights.
Yeah.
If it's like a bigger, 100 people set or whatever.
Paid actors.
Paid
actors,
Horse.
Entertainment. That's the entertainment bill.
Yeah. The nightlife entertainment. Or whatever they want to call it. But that's pretty big, 300 million. I mean, I know he was cussing Ashanti recently because she's remaking her first album.
Okay.
Re-recording it.
Okay, she's jumping on the JoJo vibe.
Yeah. She's gonna zhuzh it up a bit. I think do some remixes, new videos and stuff. It's smart. And then the record companies will now license out. Well, they should her version.
Right, I see. So it's gonna push his
paid. Yeah. Or his version will just get minimal. Like whoever's got it left on their catalog, but they will update it with like they want the new shit. They want, and they're always on the outside of the artist anyway. But he was like, "Oh, she's robbing me. She's that's my album. That's my album." And it's like, you're not the artist. I know it sucks, like, but look, he's got 300 million. So producers can't be like shitting on the artists all the time.
Tough shit, man. 300 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we're to believe the backstories, the histories, and this and that, these are no offense to them, but these are greedy broke people.
Yeah.
300 million, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, you are actually good. Yeah. You don't have to work again, but you don't get to compete with, say, the high flying producers that are making 500 million or 2 billion, however much. But you're or whatever. Yeah, but you're no longer at the height of your career. And Murder Inc., although it was very successful, that success didn't transgress time.
Right.
So your window of earning in terms of Murder Inc. is there. You've got it. That's it.
Yep.
What you now do with your streams of income and your revenue and your assets, you can still push and make more without having to have that sense of, oh shit, you're robbing me.
Yeah.
How? She's not robbing you.
Like, I know she's getting cuts because she's a writer. She's written, like, there's stories of how he not taught her to write, but like pushed her to write, and she had to fight for tracks and fight for beats, with the rappers, to get the beats, and so. Yeah, I know that when it comes to artists, like producers, whatever, after they've had their peak or they've done their thing, they've got their masters, and I guess like you can be a good musician or producer, but not a good business person when it comes to music, your masters, licensing, syncing, publishing. You want someone else to do all that, and they're only going to do that if you sell it to them. Like, they're not going to do it otherwise.
It's true.
They have to own it or nothing at all. So he's like, if people want a license, I don't know, that Down Our Bitch by Ja Rule and Charlie Baltimore, then they really should go to Irv Gotti. But what if he don't want to or don't know if it's the right move or not? Then he ain't making the money from those masters. So I think smart, very smart. But yeah, let's move on.
That's kind of disappointing to hear,
What, that he sold it?
No, not that he sold it, but to say that she's robbing him.
Yeah. He's a bitch for that. I don't really like that because that's Ashanti.
Yeah.
And she's done 20 years of her career. She's earned that right to re-record that album, I believe. Why not? I'd want to take my shit back. If he won't sell it to her, because every artist should have the right to buy their masters back. If he won't sell them to her, then she's got to redo it. She's got to do it herself. And I reckon that's what's happened. And then he's gone, no wonder, he's gone and sold all of Murder Inc. shit under Universal to them Iconoclast, I think they're called. With Ashanti shit, most likely the original was in there. So yeah, he's fucked her. Where's her 100 million? Do you know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Is she the most? Yeah, she is the most successful artist on Murder Inc. for sure. She still holds the record, I think, for like fastest debut female and all these records. Like, yeah. So she's definitely the most popular, I gotta say.
Do you know what? I don't know if I should say this. I had a bit of a crush on Ashanti.
Oh, everyone did.
And then that ended up becoming a crush on Angelica Bell from from CBBC.
Oh yeah, they do kind of look alike.
Yeah, like, well, sort of to me in my head at that age.
I've never clocked that before.
Yeah,
seen it in my head now. Yeah, how funny. Okay, so music related also. Next topic is 3 Michael Jackson songs removed from everywhere. Breaking news: Monster and Keep Your Head Up. reason. The music industry is such a fucking shady place. Like, so you know, back in the day, there was rumors that when that album came out after he died, that the songs, half of them weren't even him.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a rumor. Now, when I listened to it, I knew how like half of them. I don't want to say like full tracks weren't him. I hope. All right, we're gonna get into it. But like, I could tell someone else did his stacks, someone else that did the hooks. I could tell. It's not Michael. So what's happened is they've been removed because it's not Michael. I don't know how. Look, I want to say Timbaland knew this because he did the album.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake was on that album. They all knew this.
Of course.
You're telling me they didn't know if they executive produced it? Pharrell, I think, as well. So what was you lot all doing when they couldn't find this is a theory, yeah? They can't find Michael Jackson's, like, they've got his masters of released music, but as far as shit that he has written, can you imagine all the shit he ain't put out? Mm-hmm. I reckon, where the fuck would you find them? Do you really think Michael Jackson's going to have them sitting around in his house in a box somewhere? No, they're going to be hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
And, or in the future, you know, some sort of shit with some secret shit. This
Safety deposit boxes.
Right, thank you. So I reckon they couldn't find them. So what they've had to deal with is whatever his old label, Epic, had knocking around. Or when they redid the Thriller 25, whatever, maybe they've got shit from Quincy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So what have they had to do? They've had to, like, build off of scraps.
God.
Pass it off as, like, Dead Michael Jackson's new album.
Was it? I didn't actually ever listen to it. So was it?
I just remember Escape. That's one song. It's like Escape. That's what I remember. And I think the album was called Escape. Yeah. Don't know why. Just randomly weird. I hated it because Michael had no parts in that. Like, he don't know about none of this Escape album.
Benefit of the doubt. There may have been one executive producer out of all of them that knew what had transpired, and everyone else had worked on what their section of the album was.
But yeah, I agree.
So definitely one of them knew.
Yeah. Just
got to pick which one. I've got my business. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And if not him, Justin.
Yeah, because he's just a sneaky bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Extra couple of mil. Don't worry. I'll get in there and do it himself. He'll get in there and be like, yeah, come on, guys. Let's get him amped up.
A mess. But yeah, I guess they're off now, so they can't make them all, like, scam money off of it.
Yeah. Khloe Kardashian.
Oh, yeah.
Is having her second baby with Tristan Thompson. Mm-hmm. Now, I actually caught the video last night.
I've seen it.
You ain't seen it?
No, I ain't seen it.
I've seen it. Just as soon as she's declaring, declaring the new baby. This guy's walking through. He's walking through like
Costco.
Not quite Costco, but like a little bar area.
Okay.
Tiled flooring.
Oh, he's out.
He's out holding hands with a mysterious woman. Well, a mystery woman.
Yeah.
She wasn't Khloe. I know that much.
Okay.
She wasn't Khloe. And everyone's reactions that was there and recording was like, hold on a minute. Ain't that your dude?
Like, what is going on? He's
living life. Do
you think that's what it is, or do you think he's a bit stupid?
He's doing what he knows he can get away with.
But he can't though. He's never getting away with it. Like, get away with it once at least. Fucking like 3 times this has happened. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. He's getting away with it.
I think that he's had babies on her.
Yeah. So
wait, didn't he get on with Jordan Woods? Mm-hmm. That was Kylie. Listen.
Yeah.
She's a Kardashian. You can't go nowhere, do nothing. And you're a basketball player of your own caliber, so I'm confused.
He can do it. He's doing it.
But she's got like at least 1 million sitting in someone's stomach somewhere. Isn't it? Yeah. At least 1 million.
Yeah. I can't. I'm not defending it. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending his actions. I'm just saying.
I mean, there's something in me that wants to, like, verbally assault her.
Because why would you refuse Well, it's not refused to accept the reality of the situation. It's that,
It's
as far as she's concerned, that's it now, innit? Maybe
no,
she don't want to
though.
have...
It's never it.
No, maybe she don't want to have, like, you know, more than one baby daddy.
Because it's like, because even just, I don't watch it, but you know, on Disney it's Kardashian, so a clip and it's like him in the gym or something, and it's happening, something's happening, and he must have cheated. One at the time he's cheated on her. So Kim's like, oh, this is happening when the cameras are here. I don't know if it's set up or not. She's acting like it just happened, and it's they're acting like Khloe's like was done again on this little clip.
Yeah, she was done for then, not for now.
Done, like she's paid to have another baby with him.
Yeah.
For what? Well, she's rich, I guess.
Yeah.
She can have as many picnics she wants running around the house. Like, who cares?
And I think one thing that we might be glossing over, and this may just be my own prejudice and stereotyping, but I have a nagging suspicion that the rich and wealthy plan children. Yeah. So they know that if their first is born, their second is going to be within 4 years. And then the third, if they're going for a third, is going to be within 4 years. Yeah. And then that's it.
How much you want to pay for college? How much do you want to expend? I guess.
And
there's that whole thing where women want to have a kid with their ex because it's the same genetics as their first child.
Yeah.
Which I get, but at the same time, what? Move on. Find someone else. Like, just do what normal people do, you know?
It complicates. The complications.
It's like, just get over him already. What's your problem? Like, she can't. She's got to just be dummy now. She's got to be dummy. Like, you're dummy. You're dumb. Me.
No, she negotiated a bad deal. She isn't a dummy. I'm a firm believer that
Where's
most
Chris
people...
now? Where's Kris Jenner now, eh?
Yeah. She can't... Chris can only do so much. She sorted her kids out.
Yeah, the devil does work hard.
Yeah, man. It's time for her kids to sort their own kids out.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is where the social experiment goes left, because wealth doesn't produce productivity. No. So just because you've grown up in a wealthy environment does not mean that you'll be productive and that you'll have the drive to continue building that wealth.
Yeah, that's true. Plateauing is a dangerous place to be. When that money just seems to be so comfortable and it just, slowly depreciates. But,
I mean, the brand overall is most likely not going to crumble and is established.
Will they pick out their Negroes? I guess what they call us. Like, do you know what I mean? They pick them out, they plan it, they go for them, and then have babies with them. Yeah. One after the other, knocking them down.
Yeah, man.
If Kris Jenner could carry a baby, I'm pretty sure she'd be pregnant by that Khloe right now. She'd have a surrogate on the way.
Say your boom boom bring life.
He's like, I want to make a Kardashian with your baby. But yeah, let's see what the next topic of Tito is.
That would be crazy, because that would be Kim, Courtney, and Khloe's brother.
Yes, yeah. That'd be so weird.
Yeah, that would
Science, you never know.
That would be like Northwest and everyone's uncle.
Yeah. I don't think they were freezing eggs in their 20s, so she's
just missed that one.
She just missed it. Next topic is Xzibit. He's saying, "Pimp my ride. Where the fuck is my money?" I did laugh when I saw this, because I was just like, "You ain't gonna see that money."
Yeah, that money's gone. Is the thing at the time, yeah. What we need to remember with entertainers is, at one particular time, they may be known for example, Pimp My Ride. They themselves may be focused on another project.
Right.
And they may see that other project as more lucrative and may not care about Pimp My Ride per se.
Right.
And then...
Did it continue without him?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's when I fell off.
Yeah, Pimp My Ride. I think it continued for another 1 or 2 seasons after Xzibit. Yeah. Yeah, and it was... Yeah, Xzibit, if I remember correctly, at the time that he left Pimp My Ride, I think it was just before his second album came out.
Yeah.
And I believe that second album, unfortunately, didn't do well. It didn't do well, or it did just okay.
See, I don't have personal knowledge of that being a fact, but it just is. I know it's not. I just know it's a fact. I just know.
Because Xzibit was like one of the first, as far as I could see, was one of the first feature-only rappers that wasn't from...
Yeah, you go to buy his album, he didn't have one at the time.
He had like 2 or 3 singles featured on other people's albums, but he himself, his own body of work, no. There's a slight possibility that it was his first album. It wasn't his second album that had come out.
Right.
It was like he had done features
in between, probably. After the first.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get the phone out and start skipping through information. Yeah, but I do believe that was the situation.
Was he an EP on the show?
Xzibit was. I think it was his self-titled album. Okay. So there was his self-titled album. Nah. I just realised I'm going backwards and forwards.
I mean, did he have ownership in? That's what I want to know. Because he's posted his old contract with him.
No, he was a presenter.
See, like that's what I'm saying. But he's and this happens mostly in America. But like, I reckon he's trying to say now. I didn't read. He's got a whole essay on there, like talking about this, and he's talking about like the contract and how it didn't have streaming things in it. And you can probably get them on that now, for sure. If he had an agreement that he had certain rights in prior,
well, the
thing, streaming didn't exist.
The thing is that money, the money's run out. So if you're not paying lawyers to go demanding a fix and demanding new clauses, then your contract doesn't cover streaming.
He should have done this, 2012, I want to say he should have done this.
2005, 6.
Fuck, yeah, you're right, yeah. 2006 or some shit, do you know what I mean? Like, where have you been? All this whole, you've only just clocked that they've got like MTV Plus or whatever, and that they're just rinsing off your Pimp My Ride, and they got Pimp My Ride UK, and they got all of this shit. And I reckon this is what's happened. He's gone to the place, he sold them the show, they bought the show. He's been like, they paid him off something and give him a contract that is like most likely agreeable, but not like exclusive to any particular rights whatsoever. Like, it's MTV. Who the fuck do you think they are? Like, they're not going to give Xzibit shit. So we get he's a rapper, he's not a host. Like, this is a one-time gig type thing. But yeah, sit down, Xzibit. You ain't getting no money from them.
Yeah, you're not.
White people.
Not. Especially if it's because you've realised they're making money off of the old content.
Thank you, with your face and your whatever, like.
Yeah, mate. You signed that away. That's why there's the dynamic of paid actors,
right,
and like executive producers who also act,
right,
because then that's how you secure your residual income. That's how you get your
front end, back end.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
Hey, get another arm in there. But frankly, it's
like, why is it coming at them salty? Make another deal. Go and sign another contract. Go and like lick their ass and bring the show back or something. Like, don't be dumb.
Yeah, you could have signed. You could have thought to yourself, okay, now I tell you what, things ain't going too great. Let's try and revive it for 1 season.
Yeah.
From that, you now try and milk an international Pimp My Ride.
Yeah.
Get your face in all different parts of the world.
Yes.
Go and pimp a car, and then
in Holland this week, and then next week Paris, and then next week whatever. Like these food shows, they do it all the time. They got the budget.
Exactly.
They
try like think like think.
This is what I'm talking about. People are like not good at the business, but they're good at their craft. They're good at what they do, but business, no. Like, this is a wrong move, Xzibit. Like, roll it back.
I don't think it's in any musicians or artists or public figures' best interest to approach situations with not to say that princesses is a derogatory thing, but with princess behavior, princess mentality,
right,
it is not simply just given to you.
Yeah.
You've got to make it make sense to both parties.
Yeah.
Although the interest in what in your endeavor is for self-preservation and self, self whatever, it's got to make sense to everyone involved.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to MTV to be running around and putting out, "Where's my money? Right. You've got me all over YouTube and this and that." You signed those rights. You signed them away.
Yeah.
And just
hopefully
because
they're not running ads with his face. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, with his face.
Yeah, they must be.
Like, come watch Xzibit.
As long as they put an ad anywhere between the beginning and the ending of the show, they're running ads using his face. And all streaming sites now, you're lucky if you can pick a video and it starts and it plays and there's no advert that you have to skip or you have to sit through.
Even on them websites now, I'm sure they've got an app, MTV or whatever, but he needs to rethink this and come at him with a different direction.
He's coming like, "I made the whole show.
Like
I fixed the cars. I painted everything. You did it."
Well, then where's the checks been then? Because if you did that, the checks would have been coming to you. Trust and believe me. If I would have got your address and your checking account, I would have had that shit in there. But you're lost.
Yeah.
Don't sleep next time.
Okay. Omarion says that Mario's team sabotaged him on the verses when they did Mario versus Omarion.
Yeah. I never saw that one. Oh, what's so good for you? I never saw that one. I didn't even honestly know this. I didn't. Mario? No.
Testament to how much of a caveman I am.
Yeah.
I haven't watched one. I think I watched a portion of.
Even when it was like hot and popping on Instagram.
Yeah. One of my things was.
I just want to see the old legends. I don't want to see no Mario and Omarion.
Man, they're not in their prime. I don't care.
They're just. I don't know where they are, but they're not old enough for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really care.
Even when I think about it, Omarion, Mario, Soulja Boy, Lil Fizz, all of that cohort, are, I believe, a couple of years older than we are. So they may be.
Don't say that, are they?
Yeah, they may be in their mid 30s now. Because I think Chris Brown's like 36 or 34.
Oh, 36, that kind of. Okay, so Marion's 37.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, I mean, we're quite a bit younger. But not far off at all.
They actually used pages. We just saw them lying around.
Oh, Chris is 3 years older than us.
Chris Brown.
Wow, he's young.
Yeah. When Run It came out, he was already I think he was already 14, and we were about 11 or 12.
Yeah. Wow. But
I just gave it away, haven't I? Dirty 30.
I've not heard. But that sounds like
supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. That's the last thing I heard of him.
She about to ride out
with Raspy. Obviously, the Raspy stuff's always popping up every now and then. But Mario's not going to sabotage your thing. How would he even do that?
Yeah. I mean, they might.
Mario.
Being competitive.
I would think Mario would have the power on the pole, not Mario. On the set.
Loyalty is not dictated by popularity.
True.
I can't say Maybach Music.
Is that who signed to now? Omarion?
I don't think he's still signed to them, but he was signed to them around about that post to be.
Okay. Video. Makes sense.
And then I think that's what kind of reignited him. And then off the back of that, and partly through Love and Hip Hop.
Did B2K come back together? Why do I feel like that happened?
I think there was talks. And there may have been a show, but one of them didn't show up.
Lil Fizz was cussing someone was cussing someone. I think Omarion's always bitching at someone. No, they did, because Bow Wow was cussing. when they did it last year, I don't know if he talked about it. Bauer was like, I was in. What did he say? He said he was in Death Row
before them.
You know, he's like, I'm one of the
original
Death Row.
Yeah.
And he was saying everyone at the show's like, oh, my shows are more packed out, like the mic.
Yeah.
Just ego trip.
You know, what we do need to do is be cautious with what Bow Wow says, because Bow Wow's exposure to the insanity of fame, it started in his childhood. So, you know, the young mind is malleable. Yeah. If it is shaped into a psychotic form, I doubt there's many adult life experiences that can humble you later on. You'll always have if your base rate of not to say insanity, but if your base rate of irrationality is at 75,
right,
that's your base rate in adulthood.
Yeah.
So
bless
him, God bless him.
Yeah.
Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown, for example, the fame and I guess the irrationality that has stemmed from it has him, I guess, sucking on a meth pipe, doing all sorts of allegedly, of course.
It's not on the podcast. Let me dash this allegedly.
He's doing something that the rest, let me not say the rest of us, the average layman would have, would be like, okay, hang on, there's something very wrong here going on. Bow Wow, I do not doubt that Bow Wow was in the club room, that Bow Wow was in the Death Row building.
Something, because this is true, like, it's technically, I guess, true. Because Snoop signed him back in the day, and it was to Death Row originally, and then I think Def Jam got him.
Yeah.
And he signed with Jermaine.
Yeah.
So that's that lost bit of history. But when he did that, he photoshopped his face, didn't he, into the Death Row?
Yeah, he did.
With him as a little boy like this, and just like, something's off about this picture.
Yeah, because you didn't sign with them. So you did the whole little Bow Wow gimmick for how long?
Yeah.
You put out 1 or 2 songs with Snoop.
Because he calls him his dad, I guess. No, Jermaine, I don't know. I don't really know. This is the thing, because he ain't got a dad yet. Jermaine Dupri was technically his dad. Is like an older brother. I watched Growing Up Hip Hop, and he's basically like still a kid. Bow Wow. Yeah. To be honest, like, just run after Jermaine in Jermaine's compound, like, and I want to do this on my own, and I want to do my new album without So Def and all of this, and it's like, go ahead and do that, because you should be lucky you've got So Def. Like, the fuck, you don't need Death Row. Where is Death Row at for you right now? No place. And I think Drake. No, Snoop just bought it.
Snap.
Yeah.
He bought Death Row.
Yes. Okay. And I was like, huh? So does that mean it's coming back then?
Is Suge Knight still alive?
Yeah, he's in prison.
An entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's better than all the other alternatives.
That it is.
But yeah, do you want to pick a next topic?
There we go. Chris Brown, poor album sales, and then T-Pain's comments.
T-Pain is quite interesting.
T-Pain has literally been running around chatting business for the last week or two, and I don't know if it's all coming from the same one interview with DJ Academics, or if he's been on a press run. Yeah, because T-Pain's
he always doing something, isn't he?
Yeah,
somewhere. I don't know. Music.
He's not performing.
Kalani was the last song I heard with him on.
Yeah,
that was like a year ago.
T-Pain does Twitch feeds. He plays video games on Twitch, and that's his main bread and butter. From
Wait, what?
Yeah, from an interview that I watched, his main bread and butter at the moment is Twitch.
He said that?
Yeah.
Imagine, being T-Pain. All your career, and now your main income is from playing video games on YouTube. Yeah,
because he went broke.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he went broke. I think they repossessed one of his Rolls Royces. There was something, there was some kind of repossession, and then he was saying, basically they've got Like, they don't teach you, they don't tell you that you got to pay your taxes. So you don't pay your taxes. You think,
Financial literacy.
yeah, you're saying that the money comes into your account, you spend it, but they don't tell you you're supposed to do your taxes unless someone's instructed. And then even if someone is instructed, he claims that accountants stole and they did this and did that, management. Yeah.
Sorry guys, I was just doing something. Do you think they did steal the money, or do you think he just spent it?
They stole it. Negligence when you're getting so much money dictates that you're going to be careless with it. And
he made so much money, especially back then. He was so popular.
I'm pretty sure as it stands, if I came about 6 months worth of, like, so let's say if for the next 6 months I made 50k, I will be negligent. I will begin becoming negligent in like the third or second month of having that income. And I will likely be able to remember and stay on top of tax. But there'll be other things that I'm pretty sure that I'll spiral way out of control with.
Yeah, because I guess we're not Americans, so the tax thing, if we were left to pay our own tax, I mean, obviously business owners in certain cases do have to. What they do, but but you know what I mean, like citizens have to file your own. Do you know what I mean? Like when they're spending money in the shop, there's no tax on it. They have to pay that separately. If we was left to do that, everyone would be owing tax money, like everyone. Yeah, their financial literacy, I guess, is different. So I do believe that.
Fun fact is that the US's system reflects the duality of the UK system, where to avoid any issues, most people prefer working in PAYE circumstance, where the tax is done by your employer, but you'll also be paying your employer's tax.
Yes.
And the tax system is a year in arrears. So as much as someone viewing their tax, who their employer handles the tax, yes, at the end of the tax year, you'll see that you paid X amount, whatever. Now, whether that money has actually been balanced to the tax office is now between your employer and the tax office.
Right.
Most employers pay their tax a year in arrears, set up a payment plan, and that comes out. And it gives them a bit of wiggle room with the finances of that year.
Yeah.
And then there's, well, I guess the self-employed route where each and every person files their tax. Not each and every, but candidates, the people that are self-employed, file their tax on a similar basis to US system, where all of your purchases are tallied up and offset against your tax allowance for the year, and then anything that you've earned above that tax allowance is now taxed at a 20% rate.
Right.
Contact us for more information.
Definitely, someone needed that information. If we're being interrupted, it's because the AI on the computer just popped up for no reason. But it's okay. We weren't talking to you.
Yeah, we're not gonna say your name because
because that company hasn't paid us shit. Yeah. Right, next topic at you two. Let's see what we got here.
Despacito.
Same-sex marriage reversal.
Oh yes. So Wade v. Roe. Pardon me. There's a bit of ASMR there for you guys. Bit of a burp. So in the wake of Wade v. Roe, the Senate, the House of the Senate, House of Representatives,
House of the
Congress, House of the Sith. So there's kind of fears and grumblings that if abortion rights can be rescinded, then interracial marriage and same-sex marriages can be rescinded upon.
Yeah.
And there's a bill going through Congress at the moment, which would, well, I guess the purpose of the bill is to ensure that same-sex marriages and interracial marriages are respected by the law,
Right.
which, in essence, even if that bill is passed,
Yeah.
given the right amount of public support, any single law can be reversed.
The gays are gonna throw a madness if this goes down. They're just gonna turn up.
Well, this works in their favour, because I mean the bill could still be thrown out.
Yeah, but most likely, I mean, look what just happened. That's what they thought before, and then they're like, right,
Yeah.
you know. But do a rare thing, give an opinion on this matter.
I was gonna say something so ignorant. Oh God, I was gonna say
Ignorant, vexed, ignorant, uncensored.
real ignorant. I was gonna say, well, the whole Wade v. Roe thing's not like intrinsically one of their issues.
It's not, and this is the funny thing, how this is being connected. Do you know what I mean? It's being connected to it. So what now? They're just going to pluck a case out and say, well, you know, we legalized interracial marriage based on this, and we legalized gay marriage based on this, and now we've decided that they were wrong. Whoever, you know, decided that was wrong, are they living now most likely? But my opinion is that America doesn't have a country religion. So because they don't have a country religion, like, we know that the Wade versus Roe case had a predominant it shone a light on how Christians are, if they're the ones voting, or if they're the ones in control in the state or whatever, or if they're in the higher ups in the Supreme Courts or whatever, they're going to be making a decision. Christianity is the biggest religion on the planet. It might not be the fastest growing, but it's the biggest. So the laws in the US are based on 10 commandments. The laws in the UK are based on 10 commandments, like a lot of countries. But unlike here, the country religion here is Church of England, is Christianity. In America, they don't have that excuse. So it's a bit weird how whoever's in power or whoever outnumbers each other out there in them states in America really does make the rules. So if this was like Muslim people cheering up and like turning away which way or the other, would people be complaining about it? I don't think so. I think it's because it's Christian values, and I do think it's because it's like an easy target. You cannot like show a picture of Muhammad, for instance, to respect the Islam culture, right? But you will see Jesus being depicted on television, being taken the piss out of like everywhere. God, you know, Yahweh being depicted. Do you know what I mean? All these things that, because we're not cared about, we're not respected, we're not treated with respect. Never have been, never will be. That's again part of the parcel. That's the whole point. You know, crucifixion of oneself. You
know, a fundamental issue that I've, and this is anecdotal.
Yeah.
I can't say that this is reflected everywhere around the world, but more often than not, upon meeting someone who says that they are a Christian,
right,
it tends to be followed with, oh, but I'm not practicing. Oh, but I'm not this, I'm not that. Oh, but
yeah, like traditional Christianity.
Yeah. And with belief systems, I may be a bit of a dinosaur and a caveman, I know, but
90s babies.
With belief systems, more often than not, if you don't adhere to the belief system from A to Z, A to Z for the English speakers around the world that aren't speaking the Queen's English. If you don't follow all of it and you cherry pick what you will and what you won't follow, then overall, generally speaking, it makes followers of that faith seem inconsistent.
That's the thing, and I do agree with you 100%. And that is the thing. Obviously, Christianity is quite a unique religion in the sense of the whole forgiveness, the wheelhouse of what Christianity is about, at the center of it, which is sins being forgiven, like God making it right with you, you making it right with God. You can do bad things in a day. You could be like turn a Christian tomorrow and be essentially a similar person and make all the same mistakes, but the point is you're forgiven, therefore you appreciate that, you move forward, you grow, you change, you try and live an example. I agree with you when you meet people and they're like, I'm Christian but not practicing. What they mean is usually like they're just raised in the church. That's what that means. Like, they don't know who they don't know. Usually it's like let me think, Islam, right? Usually when you meet a Muslim, they might be like what they call a bad behaved Muslim, in the sense that they're drinking, whatever, but they're still going to the mosque and they're still praying and they're still practicing their religion, even though there's not that aspect of forgiveness of Jesus Christ, of like the same you know the same rules and standards as there is in that paradigm, because that's missing from all of the other religions. So we sound like hypocrites most of the time. We say one thing, we do another type of situation. But like with the gay marriage thing, like I'm a Christian, I believe people should be able to free will. If we're living in rules and laws under man and people, no one can tell me what to do but God. Depending on what you believe in, who you believe God is, that will apply to you. But with the whole gay thing, like, do you? Like, literally, it's got nothing to do with me. Whether someone's one thing or the other, you're another human. My job as a Christian is actually to understand you, be your friend anyway, regardless of what, like, whatever you would consider
this
non-normal.
This is rather the
and people get that twisted, by the way. People think Christians are like gay bashers, and honestly, we should actually be the opposite.
See, I think my knowledge of the matter right now is outdated, and to the best of my knowledge, Islam, Christianity have the same perspective on alternate lifestyles. Yeah,
what they call it Abrahamic religion. So technically, it's meant to be the same God and so forth. It's just that's under debate and stuff. But I know what you mean. It's similar rules and stuff. But
because if frankly, if it isn't for adherence to the Bible in the Western world, there wouldn't be that progression in interracial marriages, in homosexuality and alternate lifestyles. There wouldn't be, I guess, such a leniency for crimes and acts that are named as sins in the Bible.
There also wouldn't be pride.
They wouldn't.
Without Jesus.
they wouldn't. And the thing is that pride, the thresholds for positive pride and negative pride, is the margins are so slim that we're actually better off not indulging in pride at all.
Right, because it's one of those things where like I don't have to technically understand it, but I can clap and say if it's good for you, it's like good for me. Like in a sense, do you know what I mean? Not exclusively, but I just put it this way. It's like, say a drug addict, and they're gonna relapse as many times as I guess they need to before they get it, or before something clicks, or before something. I'm not saying that game's something that you need to work your way out of, or something that you can change, because I think we've cleared it up in history that you can't change that. Like, I don't think it's worked, all this gay version stuff, and a lot of it is to do with Christianity. I do understand that it's a twisted up thing of being a traditional Christian, growing up in church with rules and standards, and then there's being a Christian knowing Jesus, knowing that the only rule is to love and lead, like be led by him. That's literally it. Even though there's the Bible, you do your best with anything in life.
And I think the divisions within the umbrella of Christianity is substantial.
Odd.
Because Roman Catholicism and Protestantism,
also not Christians, all these cults.
But the thing is that they refer to the Bible.
They do, and this is the funny thing too, because cherry pickers. This is what we talk about, cherry pickers. So denominations within the church. So technically, by Christ's standard, like the church is every single Christian church. It'd be like every denomination, or I guess the church, one whole. Yeah. In the Bible, there's no denominations. There are no different types of Christianity. There isn't that. It's not a thing. So what's happened is man has gotten involved and they've done their thing, haven't they? And there's different cults. They cherry pick. They believe, like some like Catholics focus on Mary a lot.
stuff like that. So Christian is literally, a Christian is you believe in Jesus Christ, that's it. You then God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, Trinity, that is literally it. Ain't been on the planet long enough to know why they've been doing what they've been doing.
There was a stint in my childhood where Christianity was chosen for me, and when I asked the difference between, for example, at one point there was a Jehovah's Witness, a pastor that used to come to my house and like I guess mentor me. It was completely imposed on me.
Yeah.
I didn't engage in it. I'll be honest, I thought, why is this Jesus joker here?
Yeah.
Like if you at the time, I was not receptive to the doctrine. And when Christians or people of a denomination themselves couldn't explain to me what is the difference between evangelist and Pentecostal,
right,
and I had to go and find out for myself, it made me be skeptical of faith and religion outside of your personal usage in your personal life.
Right.
So I don't particularly believe that laws should be rooted in religion, religious doctrine. But I can see that, looking back on history, religious doctrine has helped and assisted in stabilizing life, and I guess to some extent
there's something to it, like
there is some good use in, I guess, general application in determining.
I think people
right
just
from wrong.
make it look easy. That's what I think, because being Christian is not easy. Do you know what I mean? It's just not. Being a Muslim, sure, like it's not easy. All of that, like, but yeah, like obviously there's going to be some Christians listening. I don't want you to come for me, because don't come for me, because I know a lot of what I've said is not traditional. It doesn't really make much sense to like some people. But I will just clear it up now. Okay, so God. Okay, we know about the fall of the one that shall not be named. This is all scriptural, and the world is broken. You know that as a Christian. You know that. You should know that's why Jesus Christ came. That's what you believe. So attacking people for not being quote unquote God's original plan, or God's original, man versus man, woman, or or this and that, is pointless, because it makes no sense. Everything is fucked up. Have you not noticed?
Religion or not, people are cunts anyway. So So
why would you want to join them? And this is the thing, with Christians are expected, actually, like if you need help, you're meant to go and look for one. That's really just like, that's who we're meant to be. So it's I hate it when it's hate. People think of it and just think of hate and like bigotry or like division and stuff. It's just so odd and opposite of what it is, I guess. But
I'll say, being on the receiving end of a transgression from a religious person that is very much, I proclaim I'm religious, I'm X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
Has a little extra sprinkling of insult to injury that I don't tend to feel from, say, someone that doesn't claim a religion.
Right.
Just my experience of life. Not to say that it is Bible, but when I have, whether it's a misunderstanding or a conflict, and how that misunderstanding or conflict is handled by said religious person, and sometimes being in, I've had an employment contract under a religious person, who, well, under two separate different types of religious people, and in both instances, greed was evident, pride was evident, betrayal was evident, and I can't say that I experienced a noticeable difference in the quality of character of these employers. And then in private personal life, the same goes.
Yeah.
The same goes. Like I guess the human state of hypocrisy is reflected everywhere. And
Yeah.
I know religion would say that is part of the process, and that is, it's the road to salvation, be it whether whichever religion or religious belief system you have. That work has always got to be done. It just, I guess the only differential is the banner under which you do that work.
Because just to wrap this topic up, like when I think of, when people think of religious people, they think like buttoned up to the neck, or like in the Catholic Church with gold, this and all of whatever. And if you think of, like, for instance, example, Jesus, he wore rags and a sandal. So do you know what I mean? Like what people would think, someone would look. And like you said, you keyed on, it's not about how you look or come across or whatever. It's actually your character. So, yeah. But we got...
Drake was arrested in Sweden. So was he arrested in Sweden?
Yeah, it's been confirmed now.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Sweden. All I know is that he got arrested at a private party. Don't know what was going down, but yeah, his publicist said that he wasn't detained, so that's why everyone was like,
Well, so he was arrested on the spot. They said, come back for bail or this or that. Well, I guess I don't know. Did I say last week that he had approached a model and
whips and chains?
That's it. That's the one. I never really know their names. I can barely just about tell them apart from pictures anymore.
Drake, he's got a new album or something. I heard that people were just like, don't know. I don't listen to his music, but
I think the album is house. It's house music.
Okay, because someone did bring up Beyonce and him, and I was like, what's the connection? But I guess it's house music now.
Yeah.
So he's gone to Sweden to do a bit of house. Sounds like, and they've nabbed him.
Yeah.
Probably for drugs, who knows? But yeah, I'm not a Drake fan, so I ain't really got much to add.
Is cannabis drugs?
Yeah, I guess technically.
Then, like, hopefully for Drake, it's just a bit of cannabis. It's just a bit
probably
of weed.
coke. You know how them lot like to do it.
Allegedly.
Maybe it's the coke. We've got Armie Hammer working at a hotel for money.
Armie Hammer?
Yeah.
Who's that?
So he's an actor. Been loads of shit, but what is he known most for? Loads of stuff. Tall, white guy, blonde, looks like something out of like a DC comic film or something. Anyway, he was done. He was cancelled about a year ago.
Yeah.
It came out that he had cannibalism fetishes.
Oh dear.
He admitted to exes and girlfriends or whatever that he's like shot and hunted animals, ripped their heart out, eating the heart while it's beaten alive. Like he's got a taste for blood.
Yeah.
Not just animal blood, human blood. He's bitten women. He's done all sorts you can think of. Yeah. He fantasizes with them over like cutting them, like killing them. Like he will verbalize it to them.
Okay.
Yeah, I reckon he's done more than what's come out about him. But he was cancelled. All these girls came out, talked about it. Also, he was accused of rape and all these other stuff. And he was just like, he was doing weird stuff, drug binges and doing videos from the car drunk and just like all of this shit. Mm-hmm. To look at him, you think butter wouldn't melt, and that's the dangerous thing because apparently he's a cannibal, I guess. He'd eat you.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at you like a pork chop. And yeah, apparently he's been cited working at a hotel for pocket change because he's been cancelladindo. All these movies were cancelled, his TV shows, everything pretty much. And his publicist has said that's a lie. That's a lie. But I believe it, totally.
Yeah, so the only movie that I've watched of his is The Social Network. And I can't put my finger on which character he was in there. Right. I guess, again, call me ignorant, but I put the cannibals and the paedophiles in the same bucket.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I don't know what is going on there, but
there's far too much food on this earth for you to be looking at human beings and thinking, oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if that needs all-purpose seasoning or 5 spice. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, they think sex and then eat you after. That's what turns them on for some reason. Demon. But anyway, yeah, good. Don't eat no people and stay off the streets. Like, keep your head down. Yeah. Muzzle, I say muzzle.
It's hard to have an opinion on something that,
So strange.
yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't.
I'm glad that. Well done to his exes for telling people.
Yeah.
Well done to that. Yeah.
But then again, devil's advocate here. If it was said to you in private, shouldn't you just have, like, was there any monetary gain from exposing and sharing that information?
Not that I know of. So, from what I could tell, the girls are freaked out. But because he's attractive, they were like, red flags. They just don't give. I don't know. I feel like you would get up and leave. So if you didn't, it's because you want to fuck him still, and you continue to do that. So
that's something. That's something you've got to look within. You've got to look within about, because you know, it's fine and okay. It's not even fine and okay. Whenever you point the wrong in someone else, just remember, you point the finger. There's 3 fingers pointing back at yourself. Isn't it?
You got out alive. I mean,
yeah, because I'm sure, with the whole red flag society and movement now, there is always indicators. There's always that feeling of this person might not be for me. There's always that. So if each individual doesn't hone in on that, doesn't listen to their intuition, then I'm sorry. Like, if at face value his looks will make you overlook such a fundamental flaw, are you not worse? Because he is what he is. But you have been able to perform some moral midgetry to make you stick around for how long?
There was so many girls. Here's the thing. I would say 5 girls at least that I knew of back then that they spoke, and I was just like, wow, okay.
Because I can see here, he had a spouse. He was married. He has got some children.
She tried to play pretend she didn't know nothing about this face. She's a liar. You're not married for someone for like 10 years or some shit. Like, from his youth age, I want to say, like youth. He's probably our age, and you didn't know he wouldn't like to eat people. Okay, love, but
ain't that some shit? So this one is Lil Uzi Vert and Wireless.
So there's this trend where they're dashing the phone on the stage and then hoping. How did they get their phone back? This is how I don't know. But they dash the phone on the stage and then the artist picks it up and is meant to do a thing. Chris Brown did it successfully. Don't know how he knew to pick it up and do that. I think that was pretty amazing. Lil Uzi Vert didn't get it. He picked it up. So what the fuck is this? Dashed it back into the crowd, and like a girl's head like exploded almost. The back of her head was like
just split open.
That's like I didn't even know what I was seeing.
Uzi's been in the gym. He's been doing calisthenics. He can't be throwing things.
Just whipped it.
Shit. What can I say?
She's like, what did I do?
Yeah, festivals, concerts, they're not safe. I've never been to one. I probably won't ever go to one.
Just too close for comfort.
Yeah, where too many people congregate. I know there's a trend that you're gonna see some bullshit behavior.
You're gonna get fingered.
Yeah. There's too many. There's just too many people.
Too many hands,
in close proximity.
Too many fingers, or waving around. Who knows? You wouldn't even know who it was. It's like blop, blop.
And I know this is. I know. I digress. Yeah, but at one point when I was probably, it's not even probably, I was too young to be watching porn, but I was watching porn, and I always got this stereotype stuck in my head that in some particular Asian countries, whenever the train is full, they
Oh, that filled them up. That's real though.
Is that really?
Yeah, it's one of the massive complaints of the bullet train and stuff like that over there. It's because it's just, you can't stop them from feeling you up.
Can you?
No, you can't even move.
You need to get your
Them
flicky.
motherfuckers like sardines. Have you seen the way they push each other on it? And they're screaming and push each other. That's normal morning to them.
Yeah.
Like, watch it for fun, just a bullet train video. It's like hilarious. It is real. And they're like, so what they do when someone needs to get off, they all kind of get off. And then you got to race to get back on it again. You know what I mean? But you could get, I don't want to say, I don't know what.
Oh my God, I'll be tasing people for fun.
Yeah, like,
You want to have a feel? He goes.
and one's standing next to the other, so the other one's getting electrocuted as well by accident. And then the whole train's like, because everyone's like touching. They got that.
You want to grab my ass? Meet my flicky. Yeah, it's all fun and games. It's all.
Yeah. But yes, we are going to go and pay some bills, guys. So we'll be right back.
This episode is sponsored by Anchor, a free creation tool that allows you to edit and record your podcast right from your phone or computer. Get your podcast into all your favorite podcast digital retailers. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Everything you need is in one place to create a podcast. Download the app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Here at Vexxed Uncensored, we strive to be our best selves, whatever that means for us. So we couldn't be happier to partner up with medical tourism company Pure Ada. They provide a variety of healthcare services, from everything including eye care, gastric band surgery, stem cell therapy, hair transplants, and a wide range of specialist treatments, all taken care of in the best clinics and hospitals Turkey has to offer. They have many insurance options to find the best fit for you, and to find out more, either contact us on social media or head over to pureada.co.
Welcome back to Vexxed Uncensored with me, Saint.
And me, Moveda.
And, oh, yeah, that's the right side of the microphone. Yeah, so we are back for... Guys, sorry, I can't speak. It's the heat.
It's
the
hot.
heat, okay?
It's hot, man.
We are back with the Vexxed segment. This is where we vent out our stuff. Some people that pissed us off during the week. This is where we come to lay it all out. So, who is going first?
You go first. I think I went first last week.
Okay, I'll go first. So, my Vexxed segment is Gwen Stefani. And it's a bit of an open conversation. It's not like cut and dry, because what used to be cut and dry apparently isn't no more.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
no.
not.
Everything's
You
complicated.
try to be traditional and it's like, but Gwen Stefani has a new song out with Sean, the reggaeton Paul.
The reggaeton Paul. Sean Paul. Oh, okay. Okay.
Because his last name is Henrique, so I was trying to do some Spanish town. Some Spanish town shade, but yeah, so he's got a new song with Gwen Stefani and Shensia and pop, ragga pop, I guess. So, Like My Fire, it's called. Can you imagine? You know, Gwen Stefani's doing a hook, and in regular form, she's in there with the dreads. She's doing the winding up. She's doing it all. She's holding a lighter in the air. Gwen Stefani's never been able to dance. Everyone knows this. She tries. She's trying to buck it down, and she looks like she's bucking her back. Yeah. Not in a good way. Yeah. Anyway, sparked a thing. Everyone's like, so Gwen Stefani is the original queen of cultural appropriation. Okay, she was in a rock band, alternative band, 2 albums out.
Did you hear any of the Black Eyed Peas bodies of work before?
Yeah, completely different.
Yeah,
neo soul, like good shit. I like No Doubt, Don't Speak. You know, it's a legendary song. 90s Babies and all that. She left there, then she started to do solo stuff. I guess she has appropriated Native American culture, teepees and the whole shimbam. She's appropriated Indian culture with the bindi and so forth and saris.
Japanese with the Harajuku.
Japanese with the Harajuku girl. I believe the song lyrics are, if I was a rich girl, I would buy me some Harajuku girls. I would dress them up wicked and I'd give them names.
Okay.
So it's funny how we didn't clock these things back then. But again, different time, different era. We did kind of see it at the time because I remember talking about it at the time and being like, ain't it weird that she's got like these Japanese slaves running around after her and stuff. She's appropriated every single culture on the planet. Honestly, there's a reel of like a million different colours, I guess, of Benetton or something. It's gone to the point where it's semi all right, and it's like I just can't complain or cuss about it no more without sounding like an old geezer. But at the end of the day, it still is what it is. She's a white woman. She's blonde. She has nothing to do with any of these cultures. The closest she got to an excuse was saying that her band member in No Doubt is Indian. And to show solidarity and she wore a bindi for a while in No Doubt.
Okay.
I'll give her that. Because if an Indian person says, yeah, go on, rock the bindi and put on a sari, then guess what? It's all right.
That one doesn't speak for all.
No, and I'm only saying that because Indians tend to be quite sharing with their culture compared to other cultures that are a bit like, there's us and there's you. Yeah. Black culture not sharing. We have no choice but to share. It's stolen. You know, clubbed in with West Indian and so forth or whatever. My thing is, I don't like to see her do it. I think it's cheap. I think it's outdated. I think it's ignorant. I think she's so delusional at this point. And she's gone and she's actually like turned it around. And instead of just saying something like, I don't know, it's just a hairstyle or like something like, I don't know what she could have said. She's just kind of like spun this whole essay about cultural appreciation versus appropriation. Mm-hmm. What can I say? Look, don't touch. Look, don't touch. You know what I mean? You can look and appreciate something. You ain't got to pick it up and wear it and walk around in it or put it on for a music video or like for an album because you feel like it doesn't make sense. It's odd. It's weird. It's creepy. Always has been. She hasn't apologized for the Harajuku girl thing.
Yeah, you don't. you don't. If you do, you're fucked. You're gonna be apologizing till kingdom come. And when you do stop apologizing, you would have dragged out the apology process for so long. No one's going to accept your apology anyway. Yeah. So you done what you done. Yeah. Move on. She's still doing it. Yeah. And it's the thing. And she's not the only one. Beyonce's done it. Like so many people have done it. Just constantly appropriate cultures that aren't theirs for art, quote unquote. Yeah. Unpopular opinion. Yeah. Beyonce's Afrobeat song. I wasn't rocking with it. I wasn't. I was not. You was not. As an African heritage man, you was not rocking with what was it called? The Gift. It was that album was called The Gift. Yeah. No. So you weren't rocking with it. Do you feel it was genuine? No, stick to hip hop. Stick to hip hop. Apparently she's never been to Africa. That was part of the issue. Tima Savage was like, you have never been here, like ever. Never. No. Like when did she go to Africa? They would know, wouldn't they? If Beyonce stepped foot in Nigeria or somewhere, you know what I mean, walk through Lagos, I'm pretty sure someone would know about it somewhere. But I don't know no concert of Beyonce in Africa at all. Or nothing like that. I know I know about the blood diamond that was around her neck. Oh. Remember? Tiffany's? Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Yeah, okay, it's nice and good that you can have artists go from one genre to the other and they can make their money, they can, they can live the luxurious lives that they have. I would argue restraint when doing something that it's no real close tie to you. It's foreign. Yeah, and it is more or less motivated by the fact that another artist has pulled it off, particularly the likes of Gwen Stefani, Drake. even Sean Paul to some extent.
Yeah.
Because Sean Paul's gone from,
Yeah.
you know, he's gone from.
Crossover.
Let me not
innit?
say, Let me not say sounding like Beanie
Was he
Man, though.
always crossover though? Because we're not Jamaican, so we never was there for his mixtapes. Was he doing mixtapes? Was he in the dance? Was he doing these things before the first album on the big label?
That's a question.
I don't know.
That is a question.
But my thing is this, yeah. Only people of mixed culture, heritage can be jumping in and out of costumes like that. Okay? Like, if you catch me doing that at some point in career, I would never. And if I'm not doing it, then why are you? If I can sit here and be like 4 different races and be like, well, I can technically, legally and rightfully be rocking all of them, then why is the white woman just thinking she can? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is the reason?
Because
I know
the career was based on it. So I don't think, I won't say.
Solo career as well. Whole solo career.
Yeah. I won't say that I can't sing the way she does. She can sing better than I can.
Gwen, yeah. Good old Gwen.
But I can't say that she's a Diana Ross or a Mariah Carey. So
True.
And a big proportion of her relevance is the appearance. It's the PR. It's the spin. It's who's put out there to the public.
And this is the thing we expect it from her now. Like, kind of.
Yeah.
Don't make it all right. Kind of. But like, for some reason she's likable. I've always liked her too. Like, but she's wrong. For sure. You know what I mean? Very wrong. But yeah, just want to put that out there because, leave that to us or not. Because what mixed race person is doing that? None. So again, leave it alone.
Gwen.
Gwen.
I'm surprised she hasn't gotten herself like four little tribal people, 4 little, 4 like rice farmers.
Like one of each, just from each continent. Yeah. Just bling, bling, bling.
Well, yeah. Gwen Stefani's at it again. I think my Vex segment for this week it's gonna be hard drugs.
Hard drugs.
It's gonna be crack, mate.
It's Kate Moss.
Yeah. I've got someone I'm working closely with who's unfortunately afflicted by crack cocaine usage, and it's
the beast.
Yeah, it is not. It's not easy. No. Helping and supporting when you don't have the resources and you don't have the legal authority to support sobriety
the proper way.
Yeah, it's a tough one, and I can't go into too much details, more so than just sleepless nights, harassment, abuse, and that's it.
There's something about that drug.
It takes souls.
Souls, yeah.
It takes the soul.
It's like whatever was left other than the soul is left behind, and then the soul's gone, and then it's just like they've been operated by just something else. It's just insane.
Yeah.
If anyone out there's ever had a drug affiliated friend or family member, or
but
it's hard.
I hope it all works out. I hope there's sobriety.
I think I mean it's important in it to have the right skills. Good luck dealing with just the mental stress alone.
Yeah.
And taking those drugs away.
Yeah, the anger, the
controlling,
the animosity. Give me my money, and it's like you've got more savings than the staff that come here and work.
Do you know what I mean? That, and they look after them when it comes to that. They're good. Like they make sure they get their income somehow.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna dwell on it.
No.
It's a bit of a downer to end on. The weather's been great.
Yeah,
it's been
it's
great.
good.
I've been loving it.
I don't know what it is. It's a different kind of heat when it's hot like that here.
Yeah.
It's cloudy today, but
good, lovely heat wave. It's still hot out there.
24 degrees at the moment. It was full like 35 last night. I was lying. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but I miss aircon. That's what it is. I just miss aircon.
That would be strange, wouldn't it? How many summers of heat waves like this do you reckon the UK would need for people to actually start putting aircon systems in their homes?
First one's a bitch. Second one's like, okay, once more. And the third's like, fuck this. We need aircon everywhere. But considering England has like a good, 4 months of technical what's meant to be summer, whether it's hot or not. Like nowhere, not in the shops, nowhere.
Yeah, I think honestly, when we peaked at like 38 degrees or 40 degrees, was the only time where I was like, yeah, I need aircon. Yeah, and would purposely go sit in my car. Yeah, engine running, aircon's on. I'm good. Business, yeah.
It's when it's hard to sleep. It's like, oh, I like to breathe, and when the air is like thick and humid and like. It's a bit much, but we're gonna hit the road and we'll be back next week. So follow us at Vexxed Uncensored everywhere and tune in next time.
Auf Wiedersehen.